In this video, you'll see how Sprint Planning 1 and 2 work in objectiF RPM following the LESS framework. Here you see the unfiltered product backlog in this project. The backlog is configured to display the priorities set by stakeholders alongside state and entry type. Stakeholders often find many things to be equally important. For that reason, it can be useful when the product owner sets a definitive ranking. Alongside setting priorities, the product owner may also take part in refining the backlog. The backlog you see here is a list, but it's also possible to see refinement relationships. Simply click an entry, and its relationships to other entries are highlighted. Here we see the refinements of an epic, and also the other way around, the parent element these refinements are related to. It's very easy to create a relationship between backlog entries. Simply select an entry, such as this user story, and drag it onto the element you want to create a relationship with. There are various relationship types. Here we want a containment relationship. Now, when I click the parent element, we can see that it contains another refinement. When a user story has been defined, prioritized, and ranked, the product owner can record this by changing its state accordingly. The backlog is ready, and we can now move on to Sprint Planning 1. Supposing a product is going to be developed over several releases, we'll now want to select the backlog entries for implementation in the next release. To do this, it's useful to sort the backlog according to state. The product owner decides to reference all defined and prioritized user stories with a high ranking for the next release. This goes quite easily with drag and drop. An automatic state change is triggered, which signals which stories have been added to the release backlog. In the next step, we need the cooperation of team representatives, since the entries in the release backlog need to be distributed among the teams. Currently, the team backlogs are empty. Supposing the team representatives and the product owner are in agreement, we can simply select the backlog entries and drag them into the team backlog for the team they've been assigned to. Now the teams come into play for Sprint Planning 2. Each team has its own sprint backlog and plans independently. Planning here is also carried out with drag and drop. When a story is planned, its state automatically changes. The advantage here is that every moment of the planning process becomes traceable.